Hey, Anthony here with Level 1 Gaming, and today we're reviewing Europa. Europa is an extremely relaxing and zen-like game to play. There is no major challenge or enemies to really worry about. The game is focused on giving you an experience focused on you, the player, and having a positive and uplifting experience both literally and metaphorically. At a glance, the visual style is extremely similar to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a wide, bright open world with lush visuals and a partially cel-shaded look. However, Europa is more of a wide, level game, with individual chapters that provide the player a fairly open area to explore, collect items, and solve puzzles. The gameplay is focused on player movement, jumping, floating, and using a sort of jetpack to uplift yourself. The player must time their jumps and jetpack to hit various blue orbs that will refill the jetpack and help you continue flying. The controls can take some getting used to, as the jump button only makes the character jump once you release it, allowing for charge jumps, but it is a bit different than most games where even with a charge jump, you jump when pressed immediately. Not here though. Don't let that deter you, as the controls do allow for a lot of freedom, allowing you to essentially fly through these levels. As you explore, you will find journal entries that tell you more about the story, as you are on Jupiter's moon of Europa, and humanity has colonized this moon but have entirely disappeared. The story is interesting, although presented fairly simply with basic dialogue entries in the journal that sometimes get repeated, and some short but few cutscenes. It does tell an emotional story, but again could have had a bigger impact if it was better presented to the player. You'll also find many creatures throughout your journeys, which are mostly all peaceful, and new sketch entries will be added to a bestiary in your journal. It gives the game a nice exploration and zen vibe, as you don't have to worry as you meet new creatures and can instead get close. There are some turrets and mines you'll have to avoid and maneuver later on, but nothing too stressful. So if you are looking for a game with challenge, this is not it. However, that is not what this game strives to be. It does achieve its goals of being a relaxed, zen-like game that gives a beautiful and free-form experience. There are some things that can break the flow. The camera, for example, was the only enemy I really encountered during the game. It can find itself stuck at times. Indoors, it feels like the camera cannot even be moved, but those moments are few and far between, as most of the game takes place in these wide open areas. However, even when out in the open areas, I found it can get stuck on geometry at times, or even not able to keep up with the player character when moving even faster. You can reach very zen-like moments of movement and exploration, with a soft and beautiful musical score that punctuates the beauty of the environments you are exploring. However, I did feel that the game always gives you a little less jetpack feel and capacity, as you can upgrade it, than you need as you progress, leading to some moments of frustration as you end up grounded for longer than you would like. There's also purple crystals that are introduced later that reduce your ability to fly at times, and it leads to some annoying sections as well. There has been a new Zen mode added to the game in a recent patch that frees you of many of these limitations. So if you're finding, those things are kind of breaking your flow, you can opt to use that mode now. When the game hits its stride, it truly achieves its goals of providing the player with a wonderful audio-visual experience with unique movement controls. There can be some things that break the flow, but with the new Zen mode and recent patches, the game is reaching its goal a lot better. This is a short but impactful game. It will take you 3 hours, 4 if you do if you go back and play it again. The music is amazing, the art makes you feel like you're walking through a Studio Ghibli film right out of Miyazaki's mind, and the story is cute, but at the same time dark with that drop of hope. And it helps you connect with the world, as these stories usually do. In conclusion, the flow and the pacing of the game feels so natural, yet it is so swift, and it always keeps you moving. The puzzles add a nice little challenge, but are not difficult, and you can speed through the game if you want as well. Or take your time and experience all the breathtaking scenery, environments, and more. It reminds me of games like Journey or Flower. Short, but they provide an experience that is unique and memorable, creating a feeling, sound, and experience that you won't find anywhere else. It doesn't do anything groundbreaking, but it achieves its goal of creating an experience that will hold on to you even after you play it. This is Anthony from Level 1 Gaming. We'll see you next time.